Hi, I'm Liv, and welcome back to the Book Nook. Hello! Oh, that was weird. I normally say, hey guys, so hey guys. It's been a little while again because I have been busy in the new job and had a little mini break away in Falmouth, which was really nice to just chill for a couple of days, even if I did discover, one, I am not a bath person, try as I might, I'm not a bath person, and two, I broke my little toe on the edge of said bath on the last morning. So today's video is going to be yet another haul. I know I've been doing a lot of these, but I've been buying more than I've been reading. I know I've said that already before, and I'm saying it again. So it's going to be a haul. There will be a mini wrap-up, and you will see just what the difference is between books I've been reading and books I've been buying. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the mini wrap-up first. So first of all, if I can... There it is. First of all is Philip Pullman's Serpentine. This is another little book in the His Dark Materials kind of universe. It is set after the events of the original trilogy, before the second of the new trilogy, because the first of the new trilogy, of course, is set before that one. So it's a sort of little snippet at looking at Lyra and Pan and their relationship. It was nice. It was nice to be back in that world, see those characters, and I think you can tell that this was written a long time ago. Pullman says that he wrote this years and years ago, and then it didn't sort of see the light of day, and it's only now that it's sort of come out, and you can kind of tell. Nearly whacked myself in the face with it. But it's a lovely little read to be back in that universe. Ba-dum. And lastly, because it's literally all I've read since I did a wrap-up last, is Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca. When we were going away to Falmouth, I thought, Cornwall, coming up to Halloween, I will read Rebecca, finally. It was not quite what I expected. I think for me this book fell foul of the kind of expectations versus reality kind of thing. I was expecting spookier, if I'm honest. I was expecting way spookier. All I've heard of Rebecca and Mrs. Danvers, I was expecting to be, you know, scared out of my mind because I'm a wuss. As it wasn't really. Like, it was a bit kind of unsettling and the characters and all that, but I wasn't as scared shitless as I thought I was going to be, so that's nice. And yeah, I think this is just one that I've heard about so much over the years, and I heard about the Hitchcock film and all the other adaptations and things like that, but yeah, the expectations versus reality thing. Interesting for me, I think, reading it as a reader who primarily for the last 5, 6, 7 years has read more contemporary fiction. Since I was at college or uni, this is kind of the first classic literature I've read, anything that's sort of pre-20th century, so I was aware that I was kind of reading it with that lens and the sort of modern sensibilities a lot more than when I was, say, reading more classics and was able to separate kind of sensibilities and the roles of women in households and things like that, and marriage back in those times. So that was interesting for me to remember as I was reading it, that I can't read it in exactly the same way as I would read a contemporary book, because context is key. But I did enjoy it. It was an enjoyable read. I found it slower going, but I think that's because A, I'm out of practice of reading in general, and B, as I say, reading classics, you kind of have to get your head in a different mindset. I don't know if this is like a classic because it's newer than like your Jane Eyres and what have you, but it's older than your contemporary. I don't know what I'm saying. Has anyone else only recently read Rebecca and not sort of read it before and finally given in and read it? What did you think? Have a chat with me in the comments below. And that kind of leads us into the haul, to be honest. I mean, that is literally it. Since I did a last wrap-up, that's it. That's the sum total of my reading. Actually, to be fair, that's not entirely true. I have been reading little bits of Claudia Winkleman's Quite. I am someone who is unashamedly in the Claudia Winkleman love camp. I know she's a bit of a Marmite presenter, and I know a lot of people don't like her, but I fucking love her and her own special brand of chaos. So I've been reading bits of that. So that is a haul and a currently reading, sort of reading bits and bobs in bed. My favourite one in here is her thoughts on summer. Finally, I felt seen. I felt understood. So that was nice. So if you are a Claudia Winkleman fan, thoroughly recommend this. It's a giggle. Also, I have been reading bits of The World of Critical Role. Again, I have still not quite ever got around to doing a video on Critical Role and D&D and my love for it and all such forth, even though I've been promising it since I started back on BookTube at the beginning of lockdown, so naughty me. Basically, I love Critical Role. I love these nerdy-ass voice actors who play Dungeons & Dragons. And this is a sort of non-fiction book about the history of this crew, the Chaos Crew, and all that they do and all that they have done and the worlds that they have played, and it's just brilliant, and just reading it is just lovely, and it's a cuddle, it's a hug. I have also started reading, so again, this is the third kind of haul and currently reading, Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I've never read any Leigh Bardugo before, but I saw this one talked about a lot over lockdown. I think actually, to be fair, I've got a Kindle copy, and I really need to stop buying books that I know I've got a Kindle copy of and then buying them in hard copy because naughty. But yeah, I started reading this the other day, sat and had a cup of coffee, started reading it. It is about a young girl who is part of a society at Yale that monitors other societies, and it's all to do with magic and death and stuff. So it's quite cool so far. I'm enjoying it, so excited to read more of that. Where was I? Yes. Leading on from having read Daphne du Maurier, while we were in Cornwall on the way back, we stopped off at Jamaica Inn, and so I bought Jamaica Inn. It had to be done. I really did enjoy the writing of Rebecca. That was the thing, having never read any du Maurier at all. But I really did like the writing. Really did like the writing. And so I also got a copy of The Birds and Other Stories. Again, Hitchcock, never watched it. I'm a wuss. So maybe once I read this, I might be tempted to watch a scary film. Never gonna happen. Keeping it spooky though, and I'm going to sit and read this one today because it's Halloween. It is Carmilla by, is it Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu? Yes, it was just Sheridan Le Fanu, Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu, I can't talk. Again, one I've never read. I've never read Dracula. I'm not a particularly horror-y, vampire-y people, but... People? I am not people, I am person. But when I saw Alice Slater talking about this new edition from Pushkin Press, and then I had a little look on the old Waterstones website and saw the words lesbian vampire romance, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. So I'm gonna sit and read this evening for Halloween. Spooky. Shiny, 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 shiny. Really not helping with the ring light, is it? A couple of others that I've seen talked about a lot online and bought. First up, we have John Virtue's 3/5. This is one that has won a prize. And you know what, I'm filming on my phone, so I can't even look it up. But it's won a prize. I'm naughty for not remembering. That is bad of me. I will put in the description down below what prize it has won. You probably know, if you're watching this and are in this kind of realm, what prize it won. Because you're not shit like me. So this one is apparently of a similar vein to The Vanishing Half-Brit Burnett. I can't remember anything. I'm sure that's right. I'm just ploughing through. In that it deals with passing as white and the kind of identity of someone who is biracial, but this one's meant to be a bit more harrowing and brutal, and it's meant to be really, really well written. Really. It's meant to be well written. It won a prize, and I'm naughty for not remembering what prize it won, and that's ignorance on my part, but I am excited to get to this one. Then another one that I've seen talked about a lot is Earthlings by Sayaka Murata, and this is the author of Convenience Store Woman. I didn't love Convenience Store Woman in the same way that a lot of my peers perhaps did, but I did really enjoy it, and this one sounds weird enough that I think I'm going to love it. Also, this cover, also this little hedgehog dude who does have a name, and I've forgotten it again because memory is just a shit thing, but the guys at Granta were doing some kind of like Instagram tour with a giant plushie one of these, and I want one. I want to cuddle it, I want to squish it. Next up is a proof that I've been sent by Bloomsbury Children's Books, and that is October by... Sorry, I had a weird eye thing. Catch Balin. This is about a young girl and her father. They live in the woods, they live in the wild, and then one day she finds a baby owl on the same day that her dad falls off a ladder, I think, and then her mum comes back and it's all twisty-turny and about sort of spreading your wings and learning to fly. Middle grade 9 to 12, and it's just, this cover is gorgeous. Illustrated by Angela Harding, and it is just a beautiful. So yeah, gonna give this one a go. Oh, that was meant to be an owl. That was a bad owl. Next up, Silver Sparrow by Tahari Jones. This one I've heard really good things about. I will be honest, I tried reading An American Marriage, which, did that win the prize? I've forgotten. What is with my memory? I'm sorry, this is bad. I'm a bad booktuber. Bad. I remember I did try reading American Marriage, and I think it's still on my shelf over there, but I couldn't quite get on with it. But I'm going to give this one a go and then probably go back to that one. And this one is about a family whose dad is a bigamist, and it's about two sisters, I think, who... So this, yeah, I've heard good things. Gonna give it a go. How am I a booktuber? How did I ever sell books? Next up, one I picked up the other day, and I know this one won a prize, and I know which prize it won because it's got a sticker on it, and that is The Old Drift by Namwali Serpil, and that won the Arthur C. Clarke Award, Sci-Fi Fantasy Award, and I am really excited to get to this one soon. I am sort of still feeling sci-fi and fantasy at the moment, probably because of all the bonkersness of the real world. It's just easier to kind of escape to something that's just very far removed. All I know is that there's a settlement, an old settlement on the banks of the Zambezi River, and something goes down, and I think it kind of, we go back and forward in time. But Arthur C. Clarke winner, gonna read it. Then I picked up a copy of Things We Say in the Dark by Kirsty Logan. I very nearly bought this in hardback. Oh shit, wait, did I? Haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see it from here, so because I can't see it from here, it doesn't exist, and I definitely didn't buy it, but I probably did. Off the back of particularly enjoying Kirsty Logan's story in the Outsiders anthology, which I will link to down below. So this is a collection of dark, twisty short stories, and I'm here for it. Next up is a small little book called The Anti-Racist Ally, and this is by Sophie Williams at Official Millennial Black on Instagram and Twitter. I know that I have not actually really been still talking enough about Black Lives Matter and stuff, and I am aware that since I kind of did the video on it, I have been not as good an ally as I should have been. So this is going to be part of my continual learning and doing the work and being better. This isn't a kind of, oh, I'm shit, you know, tell me how I'm not shit. I've been shit and I've not been talking about it enough, and that's just a fact. So this is part of me reconnecting with not being shit. Finally, the last one I'm going to haul is actually one that was kind of the first one that went on this stack as I was buying them and they were stacking up, and it will lead into me talking about what my next video is going to be, and that is Arnold Wolfblood by S.C. Pedersen. This is a Viking set novel, a Norse set novel. It's huge. This has only just been published, translated into the English from Danish? Yes, Danish. It's the first of a quite substantial series that's been published in Denmark to be translated into English, and I heard about this via a subreddit on Reddit that I am part of that talks about Vikings and Norse history and all of that. So this is one that I will probably be reading over November and talking about soon, and that is because I am going to do my Norse-vember videos. I've said it, it's gonna happen. So you lucky things, lucky, unlucky, I don't know, are going to get this video today, and then tomorrow on the 1st of November, my first Norse-vember video. I'm going to go and film that in a bit. I won't talk hugely much about what that's going to be because I'll be doing that in a minute when you will see it tomorrow, but that's what's coming. So that is my massive haul and my teeny tiny wrap up. That was too high pitched for the cat. Sorry, Gomez. Sorry. Now I've got to try and do a bloody thumbnail with all of these books. That's going to be fun. Gomez, you might want to move because you may have books dropped on you. Joey. Hope you're all good. If you've read any of the books that I've talked about, have a little chat with me in the comments below. This video has gone on for far longer than I thought it was going to be, and I'm going to have to shrink it down, and this is probably going to all be cut out, so never mind. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Who knows what's about to happen as of 4 o'clock this afternoon. By the time this video comes out, 4 o'clock this afternoon will probably have been and gone, and I will be behind the curve. Speaking of curves, no. Keep safe, keep well, and I will see you tomorrow for Norse-vember. Goodbye!